Good evening. Welcome to Jeevan's News at 8. I'm Nanda Kumar. First, a look at the headlines. Kerala Congress M gets Kottayam District Panchayat with support of CPM. Mani says reply to Congress says political treachery. Sen Kumar's reinstatement. Government files petition in Supreme Court seeking more clarity. Land deal between Tata and Kannan Devan companies in Mona illegal. Jeevan News exclusive. Angamali Shabari railway line project in halfway. Reason lack of center-state coordination. Jeevan special. Trump and Putin discuss Syria, North Korea and terrorism over phone. Stunning the Congress in the state, the Kerala Congress M. K.M. Mani faction won the Kottayam District Panchayat ruled with CPM backing. Kerala Congress M. Zacharias Kudiriveli was elected as president of the 22nd member District Panchayat in the elections held on Wednesday.
Zacharias Kudiriveli won 12 votes with 6 members of KZM and his members of CPM voting for him. Meanwhile, the CPI member abstained from voting. Representatives of PC George faction rendered his vote invalid. Congress candidate Sunny Pambadi could only secure 8 votes. Of the 22 members of the district panchayat, Congress has 8 members. LDF has 7 and Kerala Congress has 6 members. PC George faction has 1 member. The election was necessitated by the resignation of Congress member Joshi Philip from the president post following his appointment as DCC president. According to Congress, Joshi resigned after the Congress and the Kerala Congress forged an agreement over the elections. However, the KZM broke an agreement in the last minute and decided to contest alone in the election by participating with the Congress. CPM decided to support the KZM candidate after the party secretariat met on Wednesday morning. It is learned that there is a wide rift within the Kerala Congress over the decision to join the hands with the CPM. The decision was taken by the party leaders K. Mani and his son MP Joseph K. Mani, and the PG Joseph faction and MLA have expressed their strong opposition to partner with the left. As per the pact made by the Kerala Congress, and with the party members had decided to quit the UDF, and the party had to follow the agreement forged with the Congress in local body elections. However, the Mani faction has deviated from this agreement. News Desk, Jeevan.
The Congress party is a master of political trickery, opined Kerala Congress M Chairman K. Mani. Neither I nor Jose K. Mani have any role in the Congress M winning the Kottayam District Panchayat with the help of the CPM. The Kerala Congress members were subjected to constant mistreatment by the Kottayam DCC. In fact, the Congress has violated the terms of agreement. Their reaction on Wednesday is akin to spitting at its own face, said Mani.
കോട്ടയം ജില്ലാ പഞ്ചായത്ത് തെരഞ്ഞെടുപ്പിൽ ഈ വ്രണിതഹൃദയരായ നമ്മുടെ പ്രവർത്തകർ അവരൊക്കെ നല്ല പ്രബുദ്ധരായ ആളുകളല്ലേ കോട്ടയം ജില്ലാ പഞ്ചായത്തുള്ളവർ. അപ്പോൾ അവർ സ്വയം ഒരു തീരുമാനമെടുത്തു. ഇതിന് നല്ലൊരു അവസരമാണ്.
PC George MLA has said that Mani Group had indulged in political deception in the Kottayam District Panchayat election. At a press conference here on Wednesday, George ridiculed Kerala Congress Chairman K. M. Mani and his son Jose K. Mani, calling Mani's step as a big fraud. George said Kerala Congress was heading for a split. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and CPM leader Kodiyeri Balakrishnan, who have called Mani corrupt, should explain why their 6 members voted for the Kerala Congress.
ഇതിപ്പരം ഒരു വഞ്ചന കുതികാലുവെട്ട് ഒരു രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടി ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്. മാണിയും മകനും ഒളിവിലാണ്. അവരെവിടെയെന്ന് അറിയില്ല. മാണിയും മകനും ഒളിവിലാണെന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, മാണിയുടെ പട്ട MLA-മാർ തിരുവനന്തപുരത്ത് പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുന്നത് ഞങ്ങൾ UDF-ന് വേണ്ടി നിൽക്കുന്നുവെന്നാണ്. അതാണ് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങളെ കാണാൻ തന്നെ ഇടയായി. ജോസഫും മോൻസും റോഷിയും CF-ഉം UDF ആണ്, ഞങ്ങൾ UDF വിട്ടില്ലെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെയെങ്കിൽ മാണിയുടെയും മകൻ്റെയും അനുവാദത്തോടുകൂടി കോൺഗ്രസിനെ കാലുവാരി ജില്ലാ പഞ്ചായത്ത് പ്രസിഡന്റ് സ്ഥാനം കമ്മ്യൂണിസ്റ്റുകാരൻ്റെ പിന്തുണയോടുകൂടി വാങ്ങിയെടുത്ത നടപടിയെപ്പറ്റി ജോസഫിൻ്റെയും കൂട്ടരുടെയും അഭിപ്രായം എന്താണെന്ന് അറിയാൻ കേരളത്തിലെ ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട്.
It's only a regional arrangement that took place in Kottayam, said Panniyam Ravindran. The topic will be discussed in the regional level. No one has been appointed to increase the members in the CPM, said Panniyam Ravindran at Kasaragod.
പ്രാദേശിക കേസുകൾ അവിടെ വേണ്ട പോലെ ചെയ്തോളും. അതിന് ജനറൽവൽക്കരിക്കണ്ട. ഇടതുപക്ഷ മുന്നണിയിൽ ഒരു പാർട്ടിയെ സ്വീകരിക്കാൻ നമ്മൾ തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടില്ല. ഇന്നലത്തെ വാർത്തകളൊക്കെ കണ്ടു, ആരോ പോയിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ മധ്യസ്ഥമായി സംസാരിക്കാൻ ഏർപ്പാടുന്നുണ്ട്. അങ്ങനെ ദല്ലാളെ നിശ്ചയിച്ചില്ല. നമ്മൾ ആരെങ്കിലും ദല്ലാൾ പിഴ എടുക്കുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ കമ്മീഷൻ അവർ കൊടുത്തോട്ട് ഈ മുന്നണിയിൽ അവർ വേണ്ട.
It is found that the dealings made between Tata and the KDH company is against the rule of law. By breaking the Registration and Conservation Act, they together own 1.5 lakh acres of land.
The evidence was obtained by the previous government, who dealt with the investigation regarding Tata using their state bungalow for the purpose of tourism. That was filed in High Court, which revealed that Tata had obtained land from KDH company illegally.
ഈ ലാൻഡ് ബോർഡ് ഉത്തരവ് 1976 മറ്റോ ലാൻഡ് ബോർഡ് ഉത്തരവ് കണ്ണൻദേവൻ ഹിൽ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് കമ്പനി എന്ന ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് കമ്പനിക്ക് അത് ലാൻഡ് ബോർഡ് അവർക്ക് കൈവശം വിട്ടുകൊടുത്തത് തന്നെ നിയമവിരുദ്ധമാണ്. കാരണം സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം കിട്ടിയത് 47-ലാണല്ലോ പറയുന്നത്. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് 76-ൽ എങ്ങനെ ഒരു വിദേശ കമ്പനിക്ക് കേരളത്തിലെ ഭൂപരിഷ്കരണത്തിൻ്റെ തുടർച്ചയായി ഉണ്ടായ KDH ആക്ട് പ്രകാരം ഭൂമി വിട്ടുകൊടുത്തത്? ഫസ്റ്റ് ചോദ്യം. 2, അവർക്ക് വിട്ടുകൊടുത്ത ഭൂമി വളരെ പെട്ടെന്ന് തന്നെ KDH കമ്പനി എന്ന ബ്രിട്ടീഷ് കമ്പനി ടാറ്റയ്ക്ക് വിൽക്കുന്നു. ഈ വിൽപ്പനയും നിയമവിരുദ്ധമാണ്. അത് ഫോറിൻ എക്സ്ചേഞ്ച് റെഗുലേഷൻ ആക്ടിൻ്റെ ലംഘനമാണ്, രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ ആക്ടിൻ്റെ ലംഘനമാണ്, ലാൻഡ് കൺസർവൻസി ആക്ടിൻ്റെ ലംഘനമാണ്. മുതലായ 10-15 നിയമലംഘനങ്ങളാണ് ഈ കേരള സർക്കാർ UDF ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ കാലത്ത് ഫയൽ ചെയ്ത സത്യവാങ്മൂലത്തിൽ പറയുന്നത്.
About 58,000 acres of land has given to the rent to Kannandevan Hills owned by the British company for tea plantation. It was 1 lakh acre that the land is sold to Tata, and this issue was brought into notice by the pleader Sushil Bhatte during the time of previous government in High Court, but no action took place against the same.
വാങ്ങിയ ആളും വിറ്റ ആളും കൽക്കട്ടയിലുള്ള ഒരേ മുറിയിലെ ഒരേ അഡ്രസ്സാണ് കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ആധാരത്തിൽ അനക്ഷറായിട്ട് പറയുന്നത് മൂന്നാർ പട്ടണം ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. അതിനു മുമ്പേ മൂന്നാർ പട്ടണം വിറ്റതായി ഒരു രേഖ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും കൃത്രിമം തന്നെയാകാനാണ് സാധ്യത. പിന്നെ ഈ ആധാരത്തിൻ്റെ ഇന്നും ദേവികുളം സബ് രജിസ്ട്രാർ ഓഫീസിൽ കിടക്കുന്ന ഉള്ള രേഖകളിൽ വാങ്ങിയ ആളുടെയോ വിറ്റ ആളുടേതയോ ഒപ്പില്ലെന്നാണ് ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. അത് സൈൻഡ് എന്നാണ് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ രേഖയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ മാത്രമാണ് ടാറ്റ കേരളത്തിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അന്നറിയില്ലായിരുന്നു. അന്ന് ഇപ്പോഴാണ് ആ ഡീറ്റെയിലിംഗ് വരുന്നത്.
Even the new government is unable to seize this illegal practice of Tata. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram.
Some noisy scenes were witnessed in the assembly during question hour on Wednesday morning. The opposition raised the issue by asking who is the police chief in the state. The opposition raised banners and placards asking to clarify who the police chief is.
Opposition uproar over the delay in reappointing T.P. Senkumar as the state police chief continued in the assembly on Wednesday. The members from the opposition started to create ruckus with the banners and placards as the question hour began. The main question posed by the opposition was who is the current DGP of the state. The question was raised by the opposition leader Ramesh Chennitthala. When Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan rose from the seat and replied to the question.
Sir, ഇവിടെ സഭ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുപോവാണെങ്കിൽ സഭ നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടുപോകണം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാത്ത നിലപാടെടുക്കണം. എന്താണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഇതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം? ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി മറുപടി പറയുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ എന്താണ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്? സഭയുമായി സഹകരിക്കുമെന്ന് ഇന്നലെ പ്രതിപക്ഷ നേതാവ് ഇവിടെ സഭയിൽ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ?
The opposition members created pandemonium. The House proceedings resumed after the Speaker intervened. The opposition has raised similar questions yesterday, to which the Chief Minister replied it is the government which decided to DGP and it has been decided. His reply had invited wrath of the opposition in the assembly. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram.
Minister G. Sudhakaran said that the status of none of the state highways has been changed to bypass the Supreme Court order that bans bars along the national and state highways.
Informing the assembly, the minister said neither the government nor the Public Works Department had given any affidavit in the court regarding Karamana-Kalikavila highway. The minister said this reply to the calling attention motion by M. Vincent, who said that the government had converted Karamana National Highway into the district highway with the intention of opening bars along highway sides. And it is the discretion of the National Highway Authority to decide on the status of old highways when the new highway are laid, Sudhakaran told. News Desk, Jeevan.
The Kerala government today said installation of electronic point of sale in all ration shops is fast progressing as part of the National Food Security Act to ensure transparent functioning of the PDS. Tenders have been floated for ePOS to be installed in public distribution system shops, and once the entire process was completed, all irregularities in the PDS would be contained. Food and Civil Supplies Minister P. Tilothaman informed the Assembly today.
Minister P. Tilothaman was replying to the notice for an adjournment motion moved by the Congress-led UDF opposition, which alleged that the PDS in Kerala has come to stand still and government has failed to check the price rise of essential commodities. Stating that Kerala has started distributing food grains under NFS Act, has said the pilot project started in April to provide essential commodities directly to ration shops, avoiding middlemen, and to check diversion has been expanded this month to 6 more districts including Thiruvananthapuram, Ernakulam and Kozhikode. The system will be introduced across the state by June. The minister denied the opposition charge that the government had failed to check the price rise of essential commodities and claimed that effective intervention of the state civil supplies corporations in the open market had resulted in price of rice and other essential food items coming down. Minister Tilothaman has also said that there was no justification for the centre to cut the state share of rice and wheat under PDS and demand that the centre restore the state's quota of food items. Attacking the government, opposition leader in the assembly Ramesh Chennithala said PDS had come to a standstill. The opposition members later staged a walkout in protest against Speaker P. Sri Ramakrishnan's refusal to allow a debate on the matter. News Desk, Jeevan.
The Kerala government on Wednesday submitted a plea seeking more clarity, an amendment on the Supreme Court order to reinstate T.P. Senkumar as the DGP. The government says Senkumar was not the state police chief but the DGP in charge of police.
Kerala government has filed a petition in the Supreme Court seeking clarity in the order that T.P. Senkumar had reinstated as state police chief. The UDF had appointed Senkumar not as a state police chief but as head of the police force. There is so much posture in the police force. Hence, the court may clarify whether he should be appointed as the state police chief. The UDF government had appointed Senkumar as head of the police force, but in the LDF government's order last June, it is mentioned that he is removed as the state police chief. The LDF government had issued an order on June 1st, removing him as a police chief and shifting him to the Construction Corporation Department. In that order, Jacob Thomas was made the Vigilance Director and Shankar Reddy was removed from the post. The government has also asked the court whether cancellation of order for removal of Senkumar will also be applicable to appointments made through June 1st. Meanwhile, Senkumar's contempt of court plea against Chief Secretary Nalini Netto will come up for hearing on Friday. News Desk, Jeevan.
Calcutta High Court Judge Justice C.S. Karnan today ordered issuance of non-bailable warrants against 7 judges of the Supreme Court, including the Chief Justice of India, for not being present before him, even as the Attorney General said he was not sure whether the gentlemen would undergo medical tests as ordered by the top court.
Justice Karnan, who ordered issuance of non-bailable warrant, stating that top 7 judges of the top court have not been represented before him, directed the High Court Registrar General to issue the NPW to those judges to be executed through the Director General of Police or Commissioner of Police, New Delhi. Justice Karnan passed a suo motu judicial order in the interest of the nation to protect the general public and the corruption and the unrest. Meanwhile, the Attorney General Mukul Rohasgi, who was today arguing in the Aadhaar matter before the bench comprising Justice A.K. Sikri and Ashok Bhushan, said he was not sure whether Justice Karnan would follow the direction given by the 7-judge bench yesterday to undergo medical checkup regarding his mental health in the condemned case. The 7-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India J.S. Kehar had not taken up the channel of Justice Karnan's order and press briefing and directed his medical checkup by doctors with the police support, as the Calcutta High Court judge did not appear before it. Reacting to the order, a belligerent Justice Karnan had yesterday said in the Kolkata that he will not appear before such a medical board as directed by the Supreme Court. Talking a medical person in the Kolkata yesterday, Justice Karnan had said he will not appear before the medical board for examining his health as directed by the top court. Justice Karnan had on May 31st appeared before the court, which granted him the 4 weeks time to respond in the contempt notice while rejecting the submission that the administrative and judicial powers to be restored. Refusing to appear before the top court again, Justice Karnan had on April 13 issued an order asking the 7 judges to appear before him on April 28 and then extended the date of appearance to May 1st. News Desk, Jeevan.
Let's go for a short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Jeevan's News at 8. The strike that is being held by a section of the KSRTC mechanical employees was withdrawn today following talks with strikers with the KSRTC MD Rajmanikyam.
തൊഴിലാളികളുടെ പിന്തുണയില്ലാത്ത അംഗീകൃത സംഘടനകൾ തൊഴിലാളികൾ തള്ളിക്കളഞ്ഞു. ആ അംഗീകൃത സംഘടനകൾ തൊഴിലാളി വിരുദ്ധമായിട്ട് എടുത്ത നിലപാടിനെ ബഹുഭൂരിപക്ഷം ജീവനക്കാർ എതിർക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ആ മെക്കാനിക്കൽ വിഭാഗം ജീവനക്കാർ നടത്തുന്ന സമരത്തിന് BMS ഐക്യദാർഢ്യമുണ്ട്.
The strike was withdrawn after the MD gave the assurance that duty reformations would be reviewed after 10 days. During the talks, Rajamanikyam said would be examine employees' return complaint and the KSRTC would revert all duty system if reformations were found to be inapt. Those employees returning after the night duty and empaneled employees can get the benefit of free bus journey in superclass. No disciplinary action will be taken against the staff, including empaneled staff, if they resume their duty, according to the agreement reached. Though the section of employees withdrew strike after talks between the minister and the union leaders on Tuesday, another section of employees decided to go ahead with the strike. The management then decided to take strict disciplinary action against those who continued to strike. Following this, the union leaders again came out for the discussion with the management. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram.
US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin signaled the prospect of increased cooperation in Syria on Tuesday in what the White House called a very good phone discussion that included a focus on setting up safe zones in the war-torn nation.
The White House said the leaders also agreed to try to set up their first in-person meeting in July on the sidelines of the international summit in Germany. The two leaders said they wanted to continue their calls were in favor of the organizing a meeting during the G20 summit in July in 7-8 in Hamburg, the Kremlin said in a statement. Tuesday's call marked the first time Trump and Putin have spoken since the US launched missiles against an airbase in Syria, an attack and outraged Russia, one of the Syrian government's strongest backers. The US military action sparked new tensions between Washington and Moscow, with the top US officials sharply condemning Putin's continued support for the embattled Syrian leader Bashar Assad. But the leaders appear to again be edging towards closer cooperation following Tuesday's call. The Kremlin said Trump and Putin agreed to boost diplomatic efforts to resolve the Syrian civil war, which has left hundreds of thousands dead and millions more displaced. The White House announced it would send a top State Department official to Russian-led talks on Syria that begin Wednesday in Kazakhstan. President Trump and President Putin agreed that the suffering in Syria has gone for too long and for the parties must do all they can to end the violence, the White House said. The conversation was a very good one and included the discussion of safe or de-escalation zones to achieve listening, peace for humanitarian and many other reasons. They also discussed at length working together to eradicate terrorists throughout the Middle East. Finally, they spoke about how to best resolve the very dangerous situation in North Korea, the statement added. International Desk, Jeevan.
The decision of Samajwadi Party and the Congress to go alone in the coming urban local body elections in Uttar Pradesh after their alliance's unsuccessful campaign in assembly elections could be seen as a doubting the efficacy of the coalition, as many grassroots workers on both sides have expressed.
The move announced as by the UP Congress President Raj Pawar and SP holds an indication that the parties are afraid of losing their workers in the areas where they are having to opt out of the ally. The number of workers of both Congress and SP have questioned the party leader's decision to forge an alliance before the assembly elections. Many have been demanding that the local bodies polls be contested by their party alone. At a time when the challenge before the opposition parties in the state is loss on grip of BJP in urban areas where the party is likely to strengthen its position on the back of its overlying victory in the assembly elections. And the decision of SP and the Congress is being seen as a way of placating the party workers. BJP controls most of the 14 municipal corporations in the state and will be aggressively try to capture most of the 202 municipal boards and 438 Nagar Panchayatas. SP and Congress were also facing internal division with several leaders openly voicing their opposition to alliance. SP President Akhilesh Yadav was being asked by his uncle and SP MLA Shivpal Yadav to step down and give charge to the party to Mulayam Singh Yadav, who is now patron of the party. And the situation in the Congress about who will lead the party in the UP in the coming days is also remains uncertain. News Desk, Jeevan.
A suicide bombing in the Afghan capital Kabul on Wednesday killed 8 people and wounded at least 28, officials said, in an attack on a convoy of armoured personnel carriers used by the NATO-led Resolute Support Mission.
The blast hit a NATO coalition convoy during the morning rush hour in one of the busiest areas of Kabul. Public health officials in the capital said 8 civilians were killed and at least 25 wounded, with a number of civilians' vehicles that were near the convoy destroyed or badly damaged. Interior Ministry spokesman Najib Danish confirmed the blast targeted a convoy of foreign forces passing the area. "We are checking the detail," he told AFP. A Resolute Support spokesman, US Navy Captain Bill Slavin, said 3 US service members were wounded in the attack. The armed personnel carriers, which are designed to withdraw large blasts, were able to return to the coalition because under their own power, he said. The attack follows a threat by the Taliban to target foreign forces in the spring offensive that it launched last week. Witness said the trace of blood, the clothing could be seen on the ground at the blast site. Kabul television station earlier reported that at least 3 people had been killed. The heavily armed mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle that coalition forces used to travel in Kabul appeared to have suffered only relatively minor external damage, witness said. International Desk, Jeevan.
On the occasion of the World Press Freedom Day, United Nations General Secretary Antonio Guterres has called for world leaders to defend journalists and the media houses across the globe, saying a free press was crucial to counter misinformation prevailing today.
This year, the theme adopted by the UN on World Press Freedom Day is Critical Minds for Critical Times, Media's Role in Advancing Peaceful, Just and Inclusive Societies. The UN is also holding an event in Jakarta, Indonesia, and the UNESCO, the Government of Indonesia and the Press Council of Indonesia are co-organizing the main event on the World Press Freedom Day.
Journalists go to the most dangerous places to give voice to the voiceless. Media workers suffer character assassination, sexual assault, detention, injuries, and even death. We need leaders to defend the free media. This is crucial to counter prevailing misinformation, and we need everyone to stand for our right to truth. On World Press Freedom Day, I call for an end to all crackdowns against journalists, because a free press advances peace and justice for all. When we protect journalists, their words and pictures can change our world.
The event will also see the UNESCO Gulmo Kano World Press Freedom Prize being awarded. Statement issued by Guterres, as shared by the United Nations, consensus, journalists go to the most dangerous places to give voice to the voiceless. Media workers suffer character assassination, sexual assault, detention, injuries and even death. We need leaders to defend free media, and this is crucial to counter prevailing misinformation, and we need everyone to stand for our right to truth. On World Press Freedom Day, and he called to an end to the crackdowns against journalists because a free press advances peace and justice for all. When they adopt journalists, their words and pictures can change the world. Observed internationally, World Press Freedom Day was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly in the year 1993, and this following a recommendation that was adopted in 26 sessions of the UNESCO's General Conference in the year 1991, and it came in response to the call by journalists from Africa who had been produced the landmark of Windhoek declarations on media pluralism and independence. News Desk, Jeevan.
Time for another short break. Stay with us. Moving on to sports news. Trivandrum is set to spread the vigour of football at the Somathiram Lifa Club Cup 2017. Around 16 teams from all over India is participating in this event, which will be held till 7th of this month at the University Stadium.
The main attraction of the event is the junior teams of Athletic de Kolkata, Chennai FC, FC Pune, Goa, which is a part of ISL team. Also, the leading teams in Kerala will take part in this event. This event is mainly organized to explore the hidden talents of children and to raise them to the international standard. LIFA Academy has produced 4 national champions and 16 state champions within 2 years. The event was inaugurated by Minister Kadagampalli Surendran. A friendly match between Trivandrum Press Club and Latin Brothers team was organized after the inauguration. Team Brothers won the prize. Jeevan News, Thiruvananthapuram.
Having recovered from the Apache displays early in the season, rising Pune Super Giants find themselves in the reckoning for an IPL 2017 playoff spot and will look to take a big step towards the same when they lock horns with second-place Kolkata Knight Riders at the Eden Gardens in Kolkata.
Wider outside the off stump.
And before we wind up, the headlines once again. Kerala Congress M gets Kottayam District Panchayat with the support of CPM. Mani says reply to Congress. Congress says political treachery. Sen Kumar's reinstatement. Government files petition in Supreme Court seeking more clarity. Land deal between Tata and Kannan Devan companies in Mona illegal. Jeevan News exclusive. Angamali Shabri Railway Line project in halfway. Reason lack of center-state coordination. Jeevan special. Trump and Putin discuss Syria, North Korea and terrorism over phone. That's all from the English News Desk. Thank you for watching and good night.